Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be presenting the strategy for CA final IDT. But before starting the video, short disclaimer. I think many of my subscribers are South Indian and they are not able to understand Hindi, which is my mother tongue. So I will be trying my level hard to prepare this entire video in English. I may fall short of words as my vocabulary is not that good. If in case that happens, I'll make sure that I will be putting it in the caption. I mean the English word I'll be putting in the caption, right? So talking about IDT, first of all I would be talking about the book that you guys should be referring to. I didn't refer that book personally, but I have heard a lot about Bhangar's book. I mean, many of my friends have referred it and has even got exemption by referring that book. So you should be going for that book only for the purpose of practicing the questions. And many of you must be having Vishal Bhattar sir ki book, which I even also referred. So guys, let me just tell you one thing very frankly about that book. That book is very thick, and if you will be looking at that book, there are a lot of initial questions which are very short or which are not exam oriented. So just skip those questions, don't waste your time on those questions, and straight away jump on the ICAI's questions. And again, whatever question you will find, you will be finding about ICAI's questions. When you guys will be finding, you will be finding it comparatively tougher, but do not be ghabrana mat. Do not be tensed about those questions. Reason being that when you will be doing this question twice or thrice, you will automatically be able to get the confidence, right? And now we're talking about because of the scenario, that is the current scenario which is going on, the circumstances which are prevailing outside. Many of you must not be having the access to the books. So guys, let me just tell you one thing. You can refer the study material which is given by institute, and then after that, when you will go to the BOS knowledge portal of ICAI, there are practice questions of each. They have given the practice question of they have given the chapter wise practice questions of all the chapters. So you can do those questions. Now you guys will be having this problem that are those questions amended or not. So the answers of those questions are amended or not, that you have to see on your own. Because I don't think so they would be amended, because IDT is one such subject which is prone to a lot of amendments. But not having a book is better, doing those questions is far better than not practicing the questions. So you can do those questions only. Somewhere or the other you will get the idea that what type of questions are there which comes in your IDT. Right now I'll be talking about the internal content of IDT, which is your GST and customs. First of all, I will be talking about customs. Now many people were asking me that can we follow the same approach as you told us about direct taxation. The same approach can be followed for customs but not for GST, because customs is not new. This particular custom has been prevailing for a longer time, so you can follow that question answer wala approach for your customs also. But many people, I think, misconceived me in those DT's videos, where they thought that we should not be doing the provision, we should just be doing the question and leaving the provisions apart. I have never said this to you guys. What I meant to say was that you need to do all the questions, and then after that refer back the provisions in respect to those questions in which you are facing problems in. And then when you will cover most of the provisions based on the questions you have done, there will be certain provisions which are left. Just go through those provisions, then you will come to know that whether that provision is relevant from exams perspective or not. This is what I meant to say, and now I think it is very clear in everybody's head. I have never said that you have to leave the provisions apart and just have to do the questions. No, I have never said that. And talking about custom, of course, you need to follow this approach, but there would be many people who must be finding customs very hefty in terms of, I mean, the weightage it carries in the exam, and its relative content, I mean, it's huge. Though there has been a lot of deductions in the chapters, but still I would say it's comparatively huge, because as per me, there should be target to complete 100% GST, because GST is conceptual oriented rather than customs. So I would say in customs, do 4 chapters: your duty drawback, valuation, baggage, and FTP. Talking about valuation, to be very honest, I didn't had that much of conceptual clarity for valuation. What I did was I made an entire format from my own hands, though you can also refer anybody's book. I mean, whatsoever question answer book you are referring, you can refer that book, and then you have like that format in front of you, then straight away jump on the questions meaning all the past year question that I think most of the question books will have. Just jump on those question. I mean, you may face problems in like 2 to 3 questions, and after that, that flow will become, though you will not be able to understand a lot of things, but you will be able to get the flow that what things are to be added at what date and all, and you can easily able to attempt the question because the question is generally repeated for your custom question, right? Now, talking about FTP, many people face this problem in FTP, that is it's huge and all. First, I would never ever recommend you guys to leave FTP. You can refer any teacher's revisionary video for FTP, because you will see 1 to 2 questions MCQs of FTP, and they would be comparatively easy because it's all about the rates and all, the FTP chapter. So never ever leave that chapter entirely. Just put focus, I mean like just watch those revisionary videos, so that at least you will be able to write something or the other in the exam. I mean, you will be able to do your MCQs properly, as well as you will be able to at least write something in your subjective paper, right? Now, talking about GST, why I am saying that you don't need to follow that question answer oriented approach. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to practice the questions of GST. This thing I'm never ever saying, but I'm not saying that you just have to follow that question answer oriented approach, because I have seen this trend of institute that, especially in GST, they put a lot of emphasis on your concepts, be it your MCQs and be it your subjective paper. They put a lot of emphasis on the concepts. They test a lot of concepts on concept of you. So never ever do GST with that approach. And talking about GST, further I'm talking about the mistake that we commit is, we tend to, I don't know why this happens, I mean this happened with me as well, we tend to leave those chapters, those offences and penalties, demand recovery, appeals and revisions. Don't leave those chapters, because I left those chapters, though MCQs part was easy, but they have given a lot of weightage to these chapters in the subjective paper. Don't leave that. And when I saw the paper, I was very scared because I left all of these chapters. So never ever leave these chapters. If in case you are facing a bit of problem in these chapters, go for the revisionary videos, or I mean like prepare your own audio note or something, but do not leave this chapter. I mean, I would strongly recommend you guys to go to do 100% completion for your GST. Second thing, in GST, I have seen some big teachers even giving a lot of emphasis on remembering the sections, or I have seen teachers who ask you to remember those serial number of exemptions and all. Guys, don't do all those things. I mean, we already have a lot of things to remember, so do not learn all those things where institute will not deduct you marks if you, in case you'll not write it. If you're not writing the sections, if you're not writing the serial number, institute doesn't expect you to write that. Institute will not be deducting any mark. Of course, if you're writing it, then it's icing on the cake. But if you don't know, I mean, like, don't put extra efforts on remembering all those things. I mean, if you are able to remember it, like for example section 7, 8, 9, these are the sections which we automatically remember. You don't have to put extra efforts in remembering the section. That's fine. But if in case you if you're unsure about any of the section, don't put it over there, because it will give you a negative marking, right? One more important thing about GST, I don't know why they are putting a lot of emphasis on the I would not say I don't know, but they put a lot of emphasis on the amendments, and especially not those amendments where the sections, where there are changes in the sections and all. No, they put a lot of emphasis on those amendments which are related to those circulars, those clarifications and all. I mean, I have seen in my paper they have literally digged into all these things, and they have asked a lot of conceptual question based on that. Now the problem is that we do not have the practice questions of these of these clarifications, of these order numbers and all. So what you can do is, there's a teacher named Dr. Maheshgaur. He is a very good teacher, and I would strongly recommend you guys you should be watching his videos for covering these amendments, especially these amendments, because I think the kind of conceptual clarity he gives, I don't think so. I mean, like, he'll help you in relating the things from your practical life, and which is important for this amendment, because we do not have practice questions, and so as to make your concept better, we need to practice the question. Since we don't have it, so I would highly recommend you guys to watch his videos, right? And some other important things, if in case you think at the end you're not able to reconcile the entire syllabus, there's a teacher named Cabrindavangiri. He is one such teacher who will be who I think before one day before your exam, I mean, like, he gives a strategy before one day for your exam, where I mean, like, it's a strategy, I mean, like, it's a video where you can which can be covered for like one day before your exam. So I would highly recommend to watch that video at least 1 month prior to your exam, so that the course entirely comes in your grip. And apart from that, there are 2-3 general things which I would like to make emphasis on. First of all, right, please give the test papers. In each and every video of mine I say this, that please give the test papers, and I would strongly recommend you guys to go for a chapter wise test, because mock में वही होता है, each and every time I say mock we keep on deferring it, देंगे कभी नहीं हो पाता. Go for chapter wise test, it will be very helpful for you guys. I went for GM test series. It was very helpful, because somewhere or the other we think we remember a lot, but we are not able to either remember the provisions or quote some figures, or not able to draft the sentences and all. These kind of problems we face. So guys, please remember this thing. I mean, this is one such thing which should never ever be ignored, right? Secondly, guys, please don't switch the books. I mean, whichever books you are referring, just go for that book only, and do not go for those hefty thick books. They're not going to take you anywhere. I would strongly say that go for those type of books only where the things are given in a tabular form, in the form of charts, because somewhere or the other our visual memory is very much strong. And whenever I mean, like, the people who must have appeared for the exams must have realized this thing, that when we go for the exams, when we tend to remember something, that image comes up before our eyes. Acha, over there this thing was written. So it is highly recommended that whatever book you are referring, I will highly recommend you guys to refer some sort of summary book, or some sort of a handbook which is short and crisp, so that it will be easy for you to revise it in 1.5 days, and it will be easy for you to recall it at the end, right? And yeah, one more thing for you which I forgot to tell in the video, I mean, in between, I have given the link in the description box of my friend's answer sheet, who got 67 marks, who got an exemption in his IDT paper in November 19 attempt. He got 43 marks out of 70, which is really a good score, and that too he's an average student, and he's not a first attempter. So I mean, you can have a look at his video. I mean, how beautifully he wrote the answers. So I mean, like, you can have a view on his answer sheet. So I think this was it from my side. And before that, MCQs ke liye, please just be confined to ICS material only. There's no need for you to pop up your head, pop up your eyes at a lot of publishers' books. Just be confined to ICAI MCQs only. Right now, I would say this is it from my side. So if you face any sort of query or something, please write it in the description. Please write it in the email which I have given in the description box. And please, it will be preferred if you don't put up the query in my email. Just give me your contact number. Say that I need your help and give me your contact number. I will be contacting you on weekends probably, because weekdays are a little packed up. Okay? And apart from that, if you like the video, if you think it's worth watching, then like, comment, whatsoever you want to ask, whatsoever feedback you have for me, and share. If you think it's worth sharing, then please share, and subscribe if you think I am worth listening to. Okay, guys? So all the best of luck for your exams. Do well.